God.
All right, let me
You want to be on that
pause
side?
for a moment.
This
Get
one?
away from me.
This
This side, Officer
Steele.
Steele.
Nice of you to join us.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Were you having a issue?
Yeah, an issue getting out of bed. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we'll talk about that after the court case. All right, Mr. Callow, you may proceed.
Did you not know this court case was happening?
Miss Rome, where was
I'll be honest, I
Mr.
completely
Reid
forgot.
located when you arrived on scene?
He was pretty much he was like half and half on the road, half on the.
Oh, great. Well, let's get an email for perjury.
Okay, and where was Mr. Steele at this time?
He was just a little bit down the road. I'm not quite sure the exact distance, but he was easy to see.
Okay. Did he do anything to block traffic while he was in the middle of the road?
No.
Welcome back
as
to
far as I remember, I
Premium.
saw him. It looked like he was doing some sort of
That's
traffic
so
stop because
long.
he was directly behind a car, at least when I first arrived.
No, this is some guy was not
Do you
in the
know-
fucking
are you
road at
aware of
literally at
anything
all.
Or any
These are just lies.
standards that police officers get regarding to medical care?
Objection, opinion of a layperson.
She's an EMT.
She's not a police officer. You asked about a police officer SOP.
Do they not share?
Who's this guy?
Uh,
This guy's on
You can
it.
ask her if
and-
they share.
Are you asking me if they share radio?
No, I know they do.
ZDA?
Okay.
I'm saying
Explainer?
they share. Not only do they share
Well, I've never
radio,
seen
but
him
they
before.
share a relationship with.
Well,
in
I've never
regards
fucking
to
seen him before. How the
treating
fuck am I supposed to know
patients and
him?
Calling in calls and knowing when people are medically or injured.
Literally, no, I haven't. Don't tell me who the fuck I've
I'm
seen.
gonna go ahead and allow Miss
Welcome
Hunter
back
to answer
to
the question. So the
Premium.
objection.
Good morning, chat.
That's so
Thank you, Your Honor.
long.
Could you repeat the question?
Are you aware of any? Are all police officers
Low
to
prio?
your
How the
best-
fuck does
best
the
of your
ADA have
knowledge,
low prio?
Welcome
given
back
any
to
basic medical
Penta
training?
Premium. That's so
As far as I
long.
know, yes, there are several occasions.
You know what's
throughout
funny is
my
that we're
career
actually not at
where
all.
Welcome back
If,
to Penta
say,
Premium.
we were.
That's
what's the
so
word?
long.
If we did not have enough EMTs to respond to a situation and in a quarterly manner, that the police officers would administer basic.
We're
medical
literally
training,
not taught
whether it
any
be applying
medical at
pressure to
all.
a wound or getting them to a safer location, blocking off traffic, such and such.
Did Mr. Reid say anything? What was he doing at the time of the injury?
I don't really remember our conversation too well, at least not pertaining to any major details, but I do remember when I rolled up, he was.
Are EMS
crying
allowed
out
to be
in pain.
corrupt?
Okay. Were you able to see what kind of injuries he had?
Oh, all
I
right.
don't remember the injuries very well. I do remember that they
She's
were
not
injuries
EMS?
that were
Yes, she
severe enough
is.
to where I could not treat them there. He did need to go to the
Oh,
hospital.
she's not.
As
Oh,
they
great.
seemed like they were more
Oh, okay. So
internal
now
rather
she's
than
not
external.
EMS.
Are you when you arrive on scenes of traffic accidents or any type of ejections from a vehicle?
Yeah, what do you mean she's not EMS?
police
Listen to her voice.
officers Usually block off the area.
I gotta order coffee.
Objection, speculation.
She's a EMT. She arrives on multiple scenes
Didn't he ask that shit
per
already?
hour regarding.
Also,
traffic
compound,
accidents.
confusing, and relevance.
I don't think it's confusing to her.
I'm gonna go ahead and sustain the objection.
To all of it.
Yes.
So, just to be clear, I can't ask her if her
Listen.
medical opinion.
Listen, okay.
Mr. Artson.
What you're asking is, this could open up something massive here because each scene is different, Mr. Callow. Stick
I
to
understand
the
that.
scene at hand. Thank
Right.
you.
Alright,
I'm
Starbucks.
just- Okay.
Who's whispering? Mr.
Okay.
Callow, I sustain the
I
objection.
would.
You can
Whoa.
move on or you can reword the question.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Your Honor,
Transformers. Yeah. Good.
Oh dear.
Judgment Prime.
Welcome back
Labarius
to
Prime.
Louis Labarius Prime.
That's so long.
Do it again, y'all.
I want to take a cough drop, Your Honor.
What's the court case about?
Shut up.
Wow.
Okay.
Rude.
Well, some guy was laying on the
Y'all say
Yes, Your
side
Honor.
of the road,
Okay.
but
Continue like bar.
now he's saying that he's not.
Did
He wasn't.
anybody did
It's-
you
this is-
did anybody
I would
block
rather
off
be
the
sleeping.
scene of the accident?
No, when I arrived, the road that he was half on was completely clear. Mr. Steele was down the road on the opposite
staying on?
side.
Yeah.
When I arrived there were no cars coming my way just yet, so I
I
was
might need
able
to take a few
quickly
minutes.
get out of my ambulance and pull him away from the road.
After this, just to
What was
feed
the
my dog and
location
shit.
of this area?
It was in Sandy, but I'm unaware of the exact location.
Oh, I
It
know
was,
exactly where it was.
It wasn't a highway. It was more of a. I'm not quite sure what to call the road, but it was not a highway. There was still a good amount of traffic going up and down it, but nothing that you would see on a highway.
Ricky
not
Day.
Such
Ah.
streets and such.
Okay. Do you know how long it was before Mr. Ray received medical treatment?
Objection.
You know, I'm already
speculation.
kind of in the heat right now.
It's not speculation if she knows.
I don't
Oh,
see how
I'm
she
not
would know.
asking. She was the EMT on duty that day, so she would know when the EMS calls came in and when versus when they arrived.
Okay.
Yeah, overruled. You can answer the question, Miss Hunter.
Alright.
Well, I guess that's a point.
Roughly, it could have been anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. Unfortunately, at that time, I was, as far as I can remember, the only EMT on duty, and it was during a rush hour. I had to respond to many, many calls, sometimes multiple times, in order to find the locations and such.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier about how you're aware of the basic medical care that an officer training that they receive. Did Officer Steele, did you mention to
Okay,
the
I'm actually
officers
pissed off
that you
because
were
this is
an EMT?
it's
Were they
actually
aware of this?
it's speculation, right?
No, it's not typically what
Hey,
we
just
do.
so
We
you
don't
guys are aware,
announce, "Hey,
we're
I'm the only
literally
EMT
taught no
on
medical
duty,"
training at
or
all.
anything like that.
We'll get to that when you're on the
It's
stand,
usually
officer.
just found
Okay,
out over
I was just letting
the
you guys
course
know.
of the shift.
Okay, how long were you on your shift?
Yeah, she wouldn't know that as an EMT.
Oof. It's difficult to say. There were days that I would pull a 3-hour shift, and then some days I would pull a 10-hour shift.
3
On this
hours,
day, you're not sure.
pussy ass.
Was it?
I am not sure. It's very blurry on the time that I can be on duty. It's
damn, it's cold in
very
my house.
varying from day to day.
Okay, thank you.
You may proceed with your line of questioning.
Can anybody
Madam DA, you may need to
Yeah,
speak
can
up.
you
Sorry,
speak up just
sorry.
a little bit? Thank you.
Objection, unable to hear.
All right. Let me ask the question. Rowan, did Mr. Steele call you for medical treatment on September 12th for either defendants?
No,
yesterday
not that I
was
can
fun.
remember. I remember.
Yeah,
being
I've been
surprised
trying to
he
get
was
with-
in the area
with
when I
Kyle.
arrived
Premium.
Because I was just surprised that there was
That's
nothing on
so
the radio
long.
about I'm sorry, I keep forgetting his name.
Okay.
Taryn Red.
Taylor.
Objection, doesn't even know name.
Do you use the radio to communicate to
Alright.
police and other EMS when you are going to calls?
Okay, all right.
Yes, we have to say over radio what call we're responding to and the location preferably, and we also need to announce when we are on scene.
Did I literally just wake up? I
Okay,
literally
so
just
as
woke
you were
up.
en route to this
My
call,
alarm
you
was
did
set for
call this
every.
over the
I
radio,
completely
correct?
forgot about this case.
Yes.
My
Was Mr.
alarm was
Steele on
set
duty that
for
day?
every.
I believe so. He was in his cruiser when I
My alarm was
pulled
set for
up.
every
I would
45
hope
minutes
he
while I
was
was
on
waiting
duty
for
if
a
he was in his
spot.
cruiser.
Okay, and you share a radio system with police and EMS, correct?
Yes, it's usually EMS and PD on one radio at all times. EMS will, on occasion, switch over to a different channel to contact doctors, but that is only when we are en route to the hospital.
All right.
All right.
Generally speaking, okay, let me back up here. Define basic medical training.
Depending on the extent of the injury, so say
Coconut
if you
milk.
have,
That sounds
if
fucking
you see
gross.
any bleeding, it's
Do coconuts lactate? Ew.
recommended that you apply pressure. Sometimes you need to pay attention to breathing. It's good to know CPR. I'm not sure if that would qualify as basic, but it is something that I know civilians have asked to
They would have
be
learned.
taught.
What the fuck did she even just say?
Removing someone from a dangerous area if they're able to as carefully as possible, such as an area of danger if they're in a road or if they're near something that could cause further harm. That's maybe not moving
Alright,
the
sick.
patient as much
$21
as possible,
for 2
talking to them,
coffees.
making sure they're coherent, stuff like that. But that's about all I can think of.
Okay, so not moving them as much as possible is
Objection,
also
leading.
good. She just,
This is a cross.
I'm
It
clarifying, and I'm cross, so I
It
can
is a
lead.
cross, Mr. Callow. So I'm going to go ahead and overrule your objection.
Starbucks? Well, I mean, it's getting ordered as well.
Yes, depending on the situation.
Just put a
it
coffee
could
pot
be
next to your
recommended to
desk.
move it's very case to case. If someone says
Back in my day,
that they're in pain when they move, then
back in
don't
my
move
day,
them,
my
but if
father
they-
made me make
it could
coffee and
also
he'd
be worth
beat the
moving
shit
depending
out of
if
me
they
if
are
I
in
did
immediate
it.
danger.
Fucking
It's very
Starbucks.
touch and go based
Shit
on
ass.
each, I guess, scene.
Does paralysis fall under basic medical training? I.e., if someone can't move, should somebody who only has basic medical training move that person?
Objection relevance.
If I was allowed to,
Overruled.
yeah, okay.
It's overruled. It's very relevant to this case.
Objection, Jerry
Did you want
has
me
a
to ask the question
boner.
again?
Oh, that's my
yes,
alarm to
go
get up, chat.
Okay, so under basic medical training, someone who has basic medical training, are they trained to move someone who cannot move their body? Is that safe?
It's again a situation depending on what is happening. If they're not in immediate danger, it is recommended that they are not moved. However, if you see someone lying there next to a car that's about to explode and you have the ability to move
Car?
them, then you
Welcome
probably
back
should,
to
as they could die from the
Premium.
explosion rather than maybe
That's
a
so
broken
long.
leg or broken rib that they might be suffering at the time.
Okay. Would Mr. Steele calling you over the radio have changed the fact that you were already on your way?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
So, you stated that Mr. Steele didn't say anything over the radio to you, but you had already gotten 2 calls. So if he had stated something over the radio to you, would that have changed the fact that you were already on the way because you had those 2 calls?
So what we have been trained is that if we are on a call already and we receive a call over the radio or over the phone that another person is in need of medical training, or not training, medical aid, now we have to finish the situation that we are already a part of, meaning we have to get them to the hospital, make sure they're situated in a bed to see a doctor and stuff before we can move on to the next call.
What the fuck? But so what? Wouldn't they just do that anyway?
Splainer, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Mr. Callow?
Your Honor, one quick question, if that's okay.
Hey, just so you guys are aware too, there's like
No,
a high priority traffic right
You don't
now.
address the court, sir.
What does that
there's
mean?
there's high on during. Sorry, I just woke up.
Excuse me?
There's like high priority traffic during the all this shit
What did you say, sir?
on the radio.
What is high priority traffic?
I think someone was like down, or there was a hostage situation.
Time to,
Okay, I'll
Like
bring
like
that
an
up.
officer was down, or there was a hostage situation. It was one of those two.
Are you getting upset in the courtroom today, sir? Are you
I
upset?
am.
Alright, fantastic.
You are?
All right.
Well, how about you step outside for a minute and cool off before you say something that, ends
What did that guy say?
with you going to prison. How about that?
He's trying to address the courts when he is, a plaintiff, not a counselor.
All right, Mr. Callow.
Okay. And they mentioned earlier about basic medical treatment.
Who's the fucking slut with the purple hair?
In regards to the calls,
She
in
is
your
apparently another
professional
person that
opinion,
was
do
down next to
officers
the guy.
in general,
What?
usually if they're
So
you're on your way
I
or
don't
you're
even
not
think you
able
knew
to
she
make
was
it,
there.
do you vocalize this?
Did you?
She was not there.
Yes, there have been several times over the
apparently she
radio,
was.
say, again, a situation where we're understaffed. If I have
No,
too many
she
calls
wasn't.
and, say, the
Well,
police
Roland's saying that
officers
she
are on a
was,
scene
so
before
Well,
I
Roland's a
am,
lying
or already
bitch.
part of a scene before I
Okay.
am,
And
or
Roland
such, and the person
is not.
in need
Listen,
of
I'm an
some
officer of
sort
the
of
fucking
medical
law,
aid,
alright?
they are allowed
Barely,
to
but
administer
okay,
basic
continue.
aid, and sometimes even are allowed to transport the said person to the hospital if it is allowed.
Chat,
Did you
am I
vocalize that you had
am I
other calls?
tripping?
at the time?
No, because I was not. Usually I only vocalize if I
Yes?
can't make it to a call. If I've
No.
already been called on radio.
She
saying,
wasn't
hey, can we
there.
have Medicare? And
It might have been Scuff.
to
Oh,
my
great.
knowledge,
We're
he did
arguing
not call me over
Scuff.
radio saying that
It was like
he
2 weeks
in
ago.
need of
2 weeks ago. It was
medical
like 2
aid,
months
so
ago.
I did not have any reason to tell him that I had already, or that I wasn't able to make it to said call right away.
I don't think she was down, but she was there.
Did
Oh.
you were you aware of any basic medical treatment that he gave the patient? Did he do that?
No store
when,
order cart.
When I arrived there, he was crying out in pain, and I believe I remember him specifically complaining that the officer did nothing, quote unquote.
In your professional opinion, if he did help, would the injuries been less severe?
Oh, because I already
Would it
ordered.
been less
Objection,
pain?
scope.
She asked about basic medical treatment multiple times. I'm asking if basic medical treatment would have actually helped.
Overruled.
Do you need me to ask it again, Miss Brown?
Yes.
In your opinion, if Mr. Steele had actually helped the
What's this case about?
the patient, would his pain been less severe?
Well, pretty much
and his injuries been less severe?
This chick on the stand is a bitch.
Yes, possibly, because
And this guy
if he-
is a
if-
dumb
if
fuck.
He says it's true that he was in the road and progressively knocked out of the
So,
road due to vehicles
that's pretty much
hitting
what
him,
we
then
got
yes,
going on
moving
right
him
now.
would have definitely reduced his injuries.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Miss Hunter, you may step down. Thank you.
Third day role play. No, this is like. Also, Summer was the original.
Mr. Callow, do you have any more witnesses you'd like to call?
Yes, I'd like to call now Miss Dawes to the stand.
Miss Dawes?
I don't even know who this is.
Judge Stanton, will you please swear in the witness once she's taken her
Will
place?
do.
Who's this fucking
Thank
Marilyn
you.
Manson ass looking bitch?
Go ahead and raise your left hand.
I meant to say Marilyn
Miss
Monroe.
Dawes. Do you swear and
Who
affirm
am I?
that all
No, I didn't
testimony
mean to
that
say
you are
Marilyn
about to give
Manson.
today is true to the best of your
She doesn't
knowledge?
look like Marilyn Monroe,
Under
except for
penalties of
her, with
perjury,
how chunky
so
she
help
is.
you the Holy Trinity. Call.
I do.
All right, she's been sworn in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Dawes. Your what led up to the your injuries? Just what was the cause of your injuries?
Do you want me to be exact, or do you want a narrative?
Who is this?
Just
What?
Just what happened? What was the
Okay,
incident?
I was driving my motorcycle. A car hit another car into my
Why'd you
motorcycle.
say
I was thrown off of my motorcycle,
She.
and I impacted the ground, which is what
Just
directly
that's
led to
what
my
happened.
injuries.
Okay. Where was this?
Where was I injured, or where
Where-
my
where did this-
injuries?
Where? No, no, no.
Okay,
Where
did
this
anyone make
occur?
complaints to high command about
This
this?
occurred. Let's see.
Oh,
I don't know the exact intersection, but it's about a block.
I mean, if literally none of
to
this is
the
documented,
left
how the
of Legion
fuck?
Square and about a block south.
Like, how are we even here?
We'll get to
Because
that. You
there's
can sue
3
for any reason.
witnesses. Yeah.
So,
Saying that this
what
happened.
You were,
Okay.
with
Give
your
me a
injuries?
moment. Sir, back there, raising your arms up and stuff. You got a problem? I can't hear him talk.
I can't hear him either, and I'm standing right here.
Hey, you might want to go fix your voice, sir. So why don't you step out the courtroom, fix it, and then come back.
Also, the bar, he kind of smells weird.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let's not worry about someone's smell. Thank you.
All right.
All right, Mr. Callow, if you were in the middle of asking a question, I do apologize, but go ahead and re-ask the question.
What were your injuries?
I did sustain a spinal injury as a result of the impact
Who
of my
is
back
this?
in the ground.
Okay. What happened immediately following the accident?
Immediately following the accident, the
leaving.
people that had knocked the car into me checked on my health, and Officer Steele rolled up in his police cruiser. At which point, I happened to be standing on a corner because I didn't really want to lay in the middle of the road, and he said, "What's going on with this hooker here?"
Okay. What did you respond?
I told him I was not a prostitute, asked why he assumed that I was, and I believe his words were something to the effect of, "You're standing on a corner, so I assumed you were a prostitute."
Did you ask? Did you verbally mention how you were injured?
Yeah, I told him I had just been in a car accident and I was injured, and at the time I was visibly injured. I was not able to stand properly.
Okay. Were the vehicles involved in the accident in the area?
Yeah, there was still the car full of people that had knocked the other vehicle into my bike, and they were there as well.
Did the officer do anything in regards to this car accident?
I do not remember.
He insulted and belittled me.
Okay. Was there any investigation into the car accident or what happened?
There was no
Objection,
investigation into whether or not it was a
speculation. How
hooker.
is... yeah, speculation.
Hold on. There's an objection
sorry.
on the table.
Well, it's not speculatory. I'm asking if there was an investigation done. Like, did he ask what
I fucked up by
happened,
leaving right when I
and
did.
Did he look,
Yeah,
Did he ask
what's fucking
anybody
new?
about what the?
And how would she know that if she was on the ground, Your Honor?
I
Is
wasn't on
my...
the ground.
She wasn't on the ground,
mobile.
Madam DA. She said she was standing on the side of the road when Officer Steele showed up. Objection is overruled.
What the fuck? Where is this? Who is this?
The only investigation was into whether or not
I
I
don't
was
know
in
who
fact a
this is.
hooker, and whether or not he was in fact allowed to call me a hooker.
Okay. Did he call EMS?
Okay.
No.
Listen,
Uh,
I
did
may have asked her if she was a hooker, and
you-
soliciting sex is not illegal in Los
Who was
Santos.
the
Okay.
other people in the car?
Yeah, it's not
It
relevant to this
was
case
Mary
anyway.
Livingston, Steven, and I don't remember the last name. Wendell Stats, I think.
That's fine. What
Apparently, I
happened
called her a hooker for
after
standing on the corner. Well, that really doesn't fucking narrow it down, you guys.
conversation between
I still don't know who this is.
you and Officer Steele.
He immediately drove away.
Okay. Did he have his lights on?
I don't remember, but I don't believe so.
Okay. Did he
Okay,
say?
hold on. Did you state you don't remember or you don't believe so?
I do not believe so.
Okay, thank you.
Did you?
Stress her bike, Mary and
Did you
Glady were
receive
in the
medical
car,
treatment?
and you called her a hooker.
I ended
Yeah,
up
again,
having
that's not really
to
narrowing
arrange my own transportation to the hospital. No EMS arrived.
Okay.
Well, how the fuck is that my fault?
No further question.
The defense? Would you like to cross this witness?
Miss Dawes, did
Yes.
you or Mr. Raid ever make an official complaint through the proper PD channels regarding
Objection
this incident?
asked and answered from Mr. Raid. She would not know anything about Mr. Raid
She...
anyway.
I'm not
And-
even asking her about Mr. Raid. I'm asking
said
if either
me
one of
or
them,
Mr.
and
Raid.
you did not ask her this question, Mr. Callow,
I asked him this question, and he said.
and
he
this
did
is a
make
completely
report.
different person.
All
What
right,
the
how about
fuck?
both of y'all, instead of back and forth, have an objection, have a rebuttal, and then shut the hell up and let the judge decide. And if he wants y'all to continue, he will ask you to. I don't
Yes,
know how
Your
many
Honor.
times I've said this exact same thing to most of the people in this damn room.
Sorry.
Get
I'm going to go ahead and
Okay, well, that's
overrule the
Lamar.
objection at this time.
Artson is
and
standing
allow
there
Ms. Dawes
being
to
old.
answer the question.
I have no idea as far as Mr. Reed goes, but in my own case, I asked what the proper procedure to do in this would be, and I was told that the best way to take it up would be to do so in a court of law through an attorney.
Nope.
Okay, and who told you this?
I believe it was a judge, but I can double check that. I might have some notes.
Okay.
What? Artson told him to shut the fuck up. Chat, I just don't. You guys are honestly not being that cool today.
Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't.
I'm
a
sorry,
judge.
chat.
Actually,
Your vibes are off,
did speak
man.
to an attorney about what the
You guys
proper
are not
way
being
to
chill and
complain
cool
about
at
the
all
police
today,
would be,
dude.
and I did ask at that time whether
Your
I should go
vibes
to
are
high
fucking
command,
off
and I was
today,
told
chat.
that the best way to
No,
do so
no.
would be through a court.
It's EU hours.
Okay. You
Oh,
stated that
so
immediately
people.
after the crash, the people who knocked the car into you got out of the car and checked to make sure you were all right. Is this correct?
Well, let her
sorry,
check
what
her
was that
notes.
question?
So you stated that immediately after the crash, the people who
What should I
quote knocked
fucking
the car
order?
into you
None of
got
this
out
shit
of their
sounds
car
good.
to see if you were all right. Is this correct?
They checked on my well-being. They didn't get out of the car.
Okay, so they did check on you.
Yes.
Okay. Did you seek any
Burgers,
legal action
drugs,
against
order a hooker,
those people?
love you, Penta.
It wasn't their fault. It was. It wasn't their fault for that accident because it was a case of their
Miss
car knocking
Hangry?
into another car that knocked into me. So it wasn't directly their fault. There was a little bit of
Potentially. Oh, I could order a steak from a diner.
It was an abandoned car that was knocked into me, and they didn't exactly see things the same way that I did at that
Okay,
time.
all right. Let me move on then. I
Yeah.
understand. Okay. How many people were at the scene total?
Including myself and including
Mhm.
Officer Steele.
Mhm.
Okay, including myself and Officer Steele, there would have been about 5 people, I believe.
Okay. Can you name, to the best of your knowledge, all the people that were there?
Okay,
Objection
my
asked and answered. I already asked who was involved, and she named them.
My rebuttal to that would be that she did not name all of them.
Overruled.
right, myself, Mary Livingston, Steve N, Wendell Stats, and Jordan Steele. And my name is Chastity Dawes.
I don't know any of these.
Okay, and Mr. Reed as well.
Who the fuck
Mr.
are
Reed
these
was
people?
a completely separate incident from mine. That's why this is a class action suit.
Oh.
Okay. You said that there was 4 people in the
Yeah,
vehicle.
why is she pissed?
Is that correct?
There
Objection
were
asked and answered.
3.
There's an objection on the table. Sustained.
Okay.
Question's been asked and answered.
Did any...
What happened to her? Is she saying that I hit her?
One
I don't
moment here.
understand.
She's saying that you neglected to provide any duty of care. You didn't call EMS for her. You didn't provide any basic first aid. You didn't do anything to help her.
What?
After you saw that she was part of an accident, I don't think she understands the duty of care is not invoked unless somebody's in your custody, which is, our talking point is that special relationship of custody doesn't exist.
Okay, was she
Do your incident
still
and Mr.
standing?
Reed's
I don't
incident
fucking
have,
understand.
Yeah,
anything in
she's saying
common?
that she was still
Yes,
standing
lack of
and
care
she
provided
transported
by
herself to
Officer
EMS. So if
Okay.
What
Do you
the
know
Miss Katya
how
doesn't hit
far
on it, I'm
apart
going
they
to.
were in
One
regards to
day.
time?
All right.
Like
One
less than
day.
24 hours.
Yeah, people can sue for any reason. Doesn't matter if it's justified or not. That's what we're here to prove.
All right.
And who called EMS?
My incident, I called EMS. I believe the people in the car may have done so as well, but I'm not certain. But that was after Officer Steele had already left, because I assumed as an officer there he would have called EMS, but no.
Okay, and you said you were standing?
I was visibly injured.
I asked if you were standing.
I was standing, but I was visibly injured as I was standing.
It's a yes or no question. Were you
How
standing?
what the fuck does visibly injured mean in a
I was
game?
standing visibly injured.
In
yes.
GTA 5?
It is a yes or no question.
Objection asked and answered. I asked her what her medical status and her injury status was.
I asked her if she was standing, which is a completely different question.
She answered this part.
Was I just supposed to
Overruled.
know that her... Yeah, am I just supposed to know her
Miss Dawes
spine high
answered
is
the
warm
question.
with blood? What the fuck?
And you had several people around you who could have called EMS, correct?
They were not around me, no.
But they were involved in the incident and they checked to make sure you were okay, correct?
Yes.
The status thing?
Did
Okay, so
any
whenever
of
I'm
them
talking
call
to anybody,
EMS?
I have to go around and
I
status
have
all of
no
them.
idea.
Did you ask any of them to call EMS?
Objection,
No.
relevance.
She's claiming that Mr. Steele, this woman is trying to state that Mr. Steele is her only way to get in contact with medical services when there was people, as she admitted, who were there that could have called for her.
That's not what I'm stating.
Can I?
Miss Dawes, no outbursts from you. This is not the time for you to speak, okay? There's
Yes,
an
Your Honor.
objection on the table. I'm going to go ahead and overrule the objection. Miss Dawes, answer the question.
Can you repeat the question?
Did any of those people call EMS for you?
Again, I have no idea.
Did you ask them to?
I did state that I was injured to them.
Okay, and did they leave the scene before Mr. Steele got there?
No, they left the scene after Mr. Steele left.
Okay, but you stated you were visibly injured. Did they not
Yes.
see that you were visibly injured?
They saw that I was visibly injured, yes.
Okay, so why was EMS not called at that point?
I called EMS after Mr. Steele arrived. Mr. Steele arrived within about 5 10
Oh, well,
seconds
what the
of
fuck
accident.
then? Jesus Christ!
Okay, to your knowledge, is Mr. Steele a doctor?
To my knowledge, I have no idea what Mr. Steele does in his free time.
Okay, to your knowledge, what is Mr. Steele's occupation?
Why am I
to
not
my
in bed
knowledge,
anymore?
He calls himself an officer of the law, but I have no hard proof of that at this moment.
So if you have no hard proof of
Preach.
that, what obligation does he have to call EMS for you, ma'am?
One moment.
Uh,
Sir, if I hear another outburst from you, I will hold you in contempt of court. Do you understand me? You will not say preach in my courtroom.
Are they trying
You
to
got it?
prove that I'm not... Or, wait,
Yes,
is this
Your
case that I'm not a cop?
Shut up. Madam DA.
I don't understand.
Jerry, do you have an objection?
Can she repeat the question?
Yes.
So I'm going to have her repeat the question.
Yeah, I got...
You stated that you have no hard proof
To get out
that
of bed
Mr.
to this
Steele's an
shit?
officer. So
This
what
must have been
obligation
exactly
does
what
he have
Eminem
to
felt
you
like.
to call EMS?
I said I have no proof he's a hard officer at this time, but in the city of Los Santos, to my understanding at least, officers of law do have an obligation to provide at least a basic level of medical care as well as call EMS if someone is injured at a scene they arrive on. That's at least my past experience with officers of the law. other
we
than
don't even
Mr.
have to
Steele.
do that.
Okay, but you just stated that you have no hard proof that he is an officer.
I said at this time. I don't know what his status is right now. A month
Okay.
ago, he was a cop. I don't know what he's doing these days.
Oh, shit.
Ma'am, did you just perjure yourself?
No.
Ma'am, at the time of the incident, is
Okay.
Mr. Steele an officer,
At the
yes or
time
no,
of the
to your
incident,
knowledge?
Yes, he was an officer. He arrived in a cop car.
Okay, so did you purposely misunderstand my question or lie?
Neither. You said, is he an officer of the law in the current tag? In the current statement? Like, currently, I don't know if he's an officer. At the time,
I never
he
used the word
was.
current.
You never used the word at the time either.
All right. Did you
Okay.
see Mr. Steele turn on his PD
let's
lights
see here.
and leave the scene at any point?
objection asked and answered. I already asked if his lights were on.
I also added on to that question to see if he
Compound.
left the scene. When? It's not compound. It's a series of events. I'll
Overruled.
let you roll. Thank you.
Do you not recall him turning on his lights when he left?
Oh, fuck. I should got coffee from this other place because they have good smoothies. Shit!
Okay. When
Fuck,
Mr. Callow
chat!
asked if his lights were on, you stated that they were.
I stated I do not recall.
Cancel the order.
All right. Give me 1 second to look at my notes here.
Let me see if I can.
Why did you rely on Mr. Steele to call EMS for you?
No. It's
Because
not.
as I said in my past experience with officers of the law, if someone is injured at a scene they're attending, they'll either call EMS or offer basic
What the
medical
fuck?
aid.
$10 to cancel? I'll just...
Okay. And to your knowledge, what were your injuries?
I did sustain a spinal injury.
Okay. At the time of the accident, what was your knowledge of the injuries?
At the time of the accident, I knew my
Oh.
back hurt and my ass hurt from falling on the ground.
Okay. Were you physically capable of calling EMS at that time?
Yes, I was physically capable.
Did you?
Yes.
Objection, relevance.
After Mr. Steele left, I did call
failed
them.
to see how it's
Objection on the table,
irrelevant.
Miss Dawes. Give me a moment. Your objection was relevance, Mr. Callow?
Yes. What is the relevance of her calling EMS versus an officer calling on EMS? That's the.
What the fuck is this fucking case?
I'm gonna go ahead and overrule
Exactly.
the objection. May I answer the question, Miss Dawes?
After Mr. Steele left, and I did in fact call EMS.
Okay. Did he ever state to you that he was not going to call EMS?
Oh man, this shit looks good to me.
Well, I did not hear him call EMS at any point.
Did he ever state to you that he was not going to call EMS for you?
He never directly stated such, no.
Okay. Do you know if he called EMS?
To the best of my knowledge,
Big
he
old
did not,
breakfast burrito, warm flour tortilla filled with
So-
eggs, hash brown, your choice of cheese and meat,
He didn't
onion,
state
pepper,
that he wasn't
smothered
going
in sausage
to,
gravy.
but you don't know if he did or
shit,
not.
Okay, that sounds good.
I know no EMS arrived, and I know that while he was in my presence, he did not call EMS.
Do you know if there was any EMS on duty at that time?
I have no way of knowing that.
To your knowledge, did you know if any were on duty at that time?
Objection. Scope.
Or I could get it in a bowl. That might be better.
He asked several questions about EMS.
I'm gonna go ahead and
We all
sustain
have.
the objection.
All right, no further questions at this time. Splainer, if you have any, go for it, bud. I've gotten all I've needed.
Bud.
I think you covered everything, Madam DA. I have nothing to add.
I think I've made this pretty clear, so.
Mr. Callow, redirect.
Bull's always better. It's just easier.
Okay, we've got both of these
Sorry,
in
I
the
just
fucking
woke up,
bag, by
chat.
the way.
The DA asked if anybody called
There, I just woke up.
EMS. Do you know if he called EMS for the people in the car? The car accident?
Objection, speculation.
I mean, she asked the same question.
Objection. Jerry's a lesbian.
Yeah, it's overruled.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, Mr.
Throwing his ass off.
Officer Steele called EMS for no one.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, these court cases,
All right,
they're
Miss
good.
Dawes, you may step down. Thank you.
They're good content fillers. I'll say that.
Mr. Callow,
Yes, I'd like to
your
call,
next witness, please.
I'd like to call Miss Livingston to the stand.
Who?
Miss Livingston, will you please approach?
Oh, Mary. Oh, fuck.
Hey, girl.
Judge Stanton, do not harass the witness.
I'm not
Please swear in
harassing.
the
I'm
witness.
sorry. Okay. Go ahead and raise your left hand there. Beautiful.
I'll praise them both for you.
Okay. Do you swear that all testimony that you are about to give is true to the best of your knowledge, under
Say
the
it's a
penalties of
predator?
perjury? So
Oh,
help
I
you,
think Stan might just
the
have
Holy
game.
Trinity of Coil.
Yes, indeed.
Praise Coil.
Praise
Amen.
All right, thank you very much, Judge Stanton. Miss Livingston, you are now under oath. Go ahead, Mr. Callow. Proceed.
Oh, I'm
Miss
fucking
Livingston,
coming.
What was your relationship to this?
Hey
traffic
Pinot,
accident?
can you stop dying? You
I was
are
in the
running with
vehicle
RP with you
that,
this
hit the other
KTHX.
vehicle.
Sorry,
It
Heidi.
hit her.
Okay.
The lady over there.
Okay.
It knocked her off her bike.
What?
Okay. How soon after this accident occurred did the officer arrive?
Wait, are
Pretty
they saying
quickly,
I'm
I
the
mean,
one that
within-
knocked her
we-
off? Or?
We backed up, and
No,
by the time
no,
we
they're
backed
admitting to
up,
the
he
fact
pulled
that
around the corner.
they knocked her off her bike.
So about
Oh,
10 seconds, I
fantastic.
would say, at the latest.
Okay.
So they
and
caused the accident.
What did
They
the
also
officer
brought a little
say
bit of scuff into the courtroom.
when he arrived on scene? What did he do? I'm sorry, not say. What did he do?
He came
I'm gonna
around
get
and
it in a bowl.
he pulled around and he asked the lady, or asked us if we were soliciting this lady for sex. And she got mad and hollered at him. And he said,
How does everyone else
she
remember this
said,
but me?
I was just in an accident. And she hobbled over there and he said, well, why you ain't call the cops? Instead of selling your puss out here. And she asked for his badge number and
Okay,
he
did you
said,
say that Because if you said that,
And
you
she
need to
said,
tell
I'm
me
gonna
right
have
now.
to see you in court. And he said,
I don't
good.
think I said that. I don't
Did you
remember.
say that?
I do not remember this
freedom of
happening.
speech, you hooker.
Okay, it's not illegal to be a hooker.
Yeah, and yeah.
If it's not illegal, then why would you have asked?
You know what happened? Then he
Welcome
said,
I don't know. I
to
don't remember.
Premium.
Did you say
Mhm.
freedom of speech, you hooker?
That's so long.
Yeah.
All right, I just needed
Freedom
to
of-
clarify that for the record. Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Alright.
Please
Yeah.
write
Alright.
that down.
Stop.
And
Is
she
that
said,
bad?
That's not freedom of speech. And he said, actually,
I
it
mean,
is freedom of speech.
I'm
and
sure
I
you
can say
did do
what the
this,
fuck I
Mr.
want,
Steele.
and can't nobody,
How do they
not even
remember
the
this so
judge, do
well?
anything about it.
Okay, I did not say that.
And,
I
and she
definitely
said,
did
I
say
was just
that.
in an accident. And then for a second, he got like a little soft spoken, and he was like,
Okay.
well, what's your name?
No.
And
Okay, you know
so
what?
she gave
No.
him his
Fuck it. I
name,
didn't say any
and
of
then
this
he
shit at
just
all.
pulled off.
Yeah, we'll get to that in your line of questioning.
Okay. Did he check on your
Fuck it, dude.
well-being after the accident?
No, he just asked us if we was trying to get a hooker.
Okay. Did he do any investigation towards the traffic accident?
No, he asked her name and then pulled off if there's an investigation.
Okay. Did you make
Chat, we
it
don't know if
aware
they
that
watch
there
their
was a
VODs.
traffic
Stop being
accident?
little shit
Yeah,
assers.
well, I didn't,
To
but
the
she
officer?
said it twice. They was
Oh, she did
arguing
twice.
mostly.
Okay. Did did the officer call EMS at any point?
Maybe he did when he pulled off, but he didn't when he was in front of us.
Okay. Did he when he pulled off? Did he have his lights on?
No, he just casually pulled off. Said, like, bye bye, see y'all later.
Okay, so this choice of meat. It doesn't give me a choice.
Did you sustain any injuries in this case?
Well, not really. I mean, I hit the dope pretty hard, but I just,
Oh god.
I
I'm
was
trying to-
good. I smoked a joint later on. I was good.
Did he ask Miss Dawes if she was injured or she needed help?
No. He said, why you ain't?
They're trying to
why-
get
why
money.
You ain't call the why you ain't call the cops? If it was it must have been a major accident. If you over here trying to sell your pussy. But he had
second, Your
pulled
Honor.
up 10 seconds after, so we ain't even have time to call the popo.
Oh, okay. So it was 10 seconds. Oh,
So,
okay. So I understand. It's a very So this was. I'm sorry. Did you make it verbally? Did you make him verbally aware that it was, or anybody in the scene, that how soon after he arrived that there was that this accident happened?
well, yeah, we said it just happened.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Miss Livingston, to your knowledge, at the time, what was Mr. Steele's occupation?
The police? I think it's the police.
Okay. To your knowledge, at the time, was he employed with the EMS department?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm sorry, was that an objection, Mr. Cal? I could barely hear you.
Yeah, I could barely
Scope.
hear you. Scope. Okay. Well,
Sorry,
I mean,
Scope.
yeah. He had asked questions about EMS, Jordan, and medical treatment.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Oh.
All right. Well, I don't really have any questions for this witness then.
Mr. Callow, redirect.
No, I'm all good.
All right. Miss Livingston, you may step down.
Thank
you very much. Mr. Callow, do you have any more witnesses you'd like to call at this time?
Since the doctor is not here, no, I do not.
Okay. Defense, do you have any witnesses to call?
Yes, I'd like to call Mr. Steele to the stand.
Fuck.
Interesting. Mr. Steele, please approach.
Here I come.
Judge Stanton?
All right, Officer Steele. Go ahead and raise your left hand for me, please, brother.
It's all this stuff on the ground.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just bullshit.
Disregard that. It's something, I don't know.
I
We
just
all
wasn't
came in
sure
here
if
and
I
he
was
was
the
here.
only one.
Yeah,
No,
Mr.
you're fine.
Mr. Buddha hasn't come through and cleaned today.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pig and the dog.
Just fire him.
Do you swear that all testimony you are about to give is true to the best of your knowledge under the penalties of perjury, so help you the Holy Trinity of Coil?
So help me, I would never perjure.
Praise
All right,
Coil.
you've been sworn in.
Praise
Amen.
Coil.
All right.
Adjust myself.
Mr. Splainer,
Yes, Your Honor.
you may proceed.
Is there any
Thank you, Your
Red Bull
Honor.
left in this can?
Officer Steele, how
Fuck.
are you today?
Well, I'm here.
Duly noted. On September 12th, did you encounter
This is a month ago.
Mr. Raid after a traffic accident?
Yeah, well, when I pulled up on scene, he was just on the ground.
Was he injured?
He appeared to be on the ground.
Understood. Did you call emergency medical services for Mr. Raid?
No.
Were you aware that emergency medical services had already been contacted?
Yes.
How were you aware of this?
I saw it on the dispatch that we have.
Was Mr. Raid in any imminent danger where he was located when you found him?
No, he was on the side of the road, not even in the road a little bit.
Was Mr. Raid ever in your custody, detained, or otherwise?
No.
Moving on to September 13th, when did you encounter Miss Dawes?
I literally don't even know. Who is that? I don't remember her at all.
It would be one of the plaintiffs, the one with the purple hair, Officer Steele.
I don't know. It was a month ago, man.
Understood. Completely understood. Do you recall any facts of this incident?
Look, I only really remember stuff where I'm actually arresting people. You know what I mean? It sounds like no one was ever really. It sounds like it's like a 30-second thing.
Okay, then I'll move over the questions that I had for the details of the incident on this one.
Wait a minute. You were the one that was standing next to the corner, right? You know what? I do remember her.
Okay, you do remember the facts of the incident?
Yeah, hold on. It's all coming back to me now. Sorry, I just rolled out of bed.
Completely understood. When you encountered Miss Dawes, was she injured?
She wasn't on the ground.
Okay. Did you notice any physical injuries of her person?
No.
Was Miss Dawes in any imminent danger where she was standing?
Nope. On the corner. Not in danger.
As an officer of the peace, are you authorized to provide any medical aid, first or otherwise?
I just want to put this on the record, okay? Let the record show that we are literally taught zero medical training in academy. Literally none. Where I don't even know how to. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know how to properly apply pressure. I just stick my hand in a hole if someone's been shot. That's it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing out there. I just carry around a medical bag sometimes because it looks good with my badge.
Completely understood. So it is not within standard operating procedure to render first aid.
Oh, hell no. No, hell no, no.
And for the sake of record, you are not medically trained in any way.
No. Oh God, no. I don't even like blood that much. It makes me sick, to be honest. It's gross.
As an officer of the peace, sworn and trained to your duties, can you describe the special relationship between an officer and a suspect that they have detained?
I'm sorry, special relationship?
Is a special relationship not a topic covered in the academy, Officer Steele?
Can you run that by me one more time? I kind of zoned out for a bit.
Can do. Can you describe the special relationship that exists between an officer and a suspect that they have detained?
It's not really that special. I don't know. I think of like a special relationship as like when you're holding your lover, you look her in the eyes, and maybe your hands on her lower back. You can feel those little dimples above her butt.
What's your objection?
It's narrative, I guess. I mean, what the?
Don't even say it, Mr. Callow.
I didn't.
Mr. Splainer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you...
I'll withdraw that question due to the
Right. I'm going to go
Where
ahead
it
and
went.
sustain the
I
objection.
don't know what the
It's not where it
special
went. I don't even
relationship.
understand the question.
I can elaborate later if you wish, Your Honor.
Sure.
Were there other calls on the radio when you came upon Mr. Raid on September 12th?
Scope. Relevance, I'm sorry. Relevance.
Say that question again, Mr. Splainer.
Were there other calls on the radio or dispatch when you came upon Mr. Raid?
I'm going to go ahead and overrule that objection.
That means I can answer it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a high priority call going on.
Were there other calls on the radio when you came upon Miss Dawes?
I don't remember what was going on the radio. Miss Dawes.
Understood. I have no further questions, Madam DA.
Mr. Steele,
Yo. Hello.
do you have any SOPs that directly relate to coming upon an injured person that is not in your custody?
I don't think so.
What are your SOPs regarding medical treatment?
Why are you asking me these fucking questions? Apply. I think none. I don't think we really have any. I don't know.
Have you ever been...
Who the fuck knows
Go
what
ahead.
those got? That was a cough.
Was it? Okay. Have you ever been told by EMS not, or any medical professional, not to move the body of a person who has just been in a car accident?
Oh God, yeah. Boba. Whoo, he does not like that shit.
Okay. Speaking of Boba, do you know his rank within EMS?
He's pretty high up there. I know he trains all the other EMS.
Okay, so a high-ranking EMS individual has told you before to not move the body of a person who has just been in an accident.
Yeah, I mean, you know, spinal related stuff, right? You can really mess someone up. I know that. Just from like the television. That's pretty much all my medical knowledge comes from TV.
Okay. Upon coming upon Mr. Raid.
I'm sorry, coming up on Mr. Hold on, I'm
Hold
seeing
on.
red. Oh, okay, I'm
Oh,
good.
shit.
I did not come on Mr. Raid.
Please don't say that.
You said that.
No,
All right,
I didn't.
bear
No.
with me for just a moment. Is anybody else seeing red at this time?
I was, but I
me.
fought it.
Okay, now I'm seeing red. God damn it.
I'm good.
Back.
Fight it.
Fight it.
Help us, Cool. Help us.
All right.
I got through
Okay.
it and got enough experience to level
All
up.
right,
I
do
am
we
now
have-
a level 150 full judge.
Yeah, you're just behind me. All right. Is everybody good?
Oh, made it. I made
Everybody
it, baby.
survived? Okay.
Mr. Callow?
What's up?
What the hell?
Jerry, you good?
Yeah, why? Do I look?
Just making sure. I saw you halfway across the room.
Oh,
Want to make sure the key players
Okay.
are still here.
Now, we'll start back where Mr. Steele said he did not come on Mr. Rain, who just left.
Uh-oh.
We'll wait.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Oh, my.
All right.
It's the rapture.
Actually, I think we can proceed with the line of questioning still. Is everybody?
Okay.
Yeah,
people are popping.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, we've got
Right.
the attorneys here, and we're good.
I'm here.
Was it Jerry or Larry that left? I can't tell.
It was Larry.
Right,
Okay,
can I
we
have
still
a
got Jerry. Good to do.
question?
Good to go.
I'm sorry, Madam
Who's
DA.
fu-
What was that?
Who the fuck is Larry?
All right. Mr. Steele, when you came upon Mr. Raid, were you aware that EMS was already on the way?
Yes.
Okay. If EMS was not on the way, would you have called EMS?
Oh yeah.
Some speculation.
No.
I'm asking him to speculate what his own brain is
You just
thinking.
said it was speculate.
I never used the word speculate, Mr. Callow. You did.
Jerry, what the fuck?
Madam DA, you just I'm gonna go ahead and overrule the objection. Sorry, I'm eating breakfast too, even though it's afternoon.
What do you got? I'm thinking about getting something.
I've got sausage and scrambled eggs with cheese on top.
Mm,
The doctor delivered them to me. Okay,
have
you
me
may
some,
proceed.
pancakes, baby.
The
Do you need me to re-ask the question?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Food.
If EMS was
That
not
sounds
on
good
the
as
way,
fuck.
would you have called EMS?
Yeah. That's like when someone arrives on scene, or when I arrive on scene and someone's all fucked up, you know, when they're laying on the ground fucked up. Hey, is EMS coming? Okay, great. That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. To your knowledge as a police officer, do you have any further obligation other than that?
I mean, no. Oh yeah, I'm not a doctor. If EMS is a coming, I'm, you know,
Not a command.
I'm I'm a going.
So, per your SOPs and per your training, you have no obligation to medically treat anyone when EMS is on the way. Is that correct?
Stop asking about the fucking SOPs. I don't know what they are. Correct.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Callow, you're cross.
Officer Steele.
Hey, Jerry. How you doing, Jerry?
All right.
Good.
Nice to see you.
It's good to
Clean
see you.
vest. It's nice to see a clean vest.
It's nice to
for a
see you
court.
not in a bush. It's nice to see you
Really?
outside of the bush.
Mr. Callow, will you please proceed?
Yep. Can only people who are down be injured, Officer Steele?
What the fuck?
Objection, speculation.
He literally said multiple times when asked if someone was injured, he said they were down. And then when they asked questions about calling for EMS, he said when they're down.
Seem powerful, Your Honor. I don't know.
What?
Overruled.
Yeah. I'll ask it again just to be. Can only people who are downed be injured?
I think when someone is lying down, that's like the most visible way that they're in pain. I don't even know how to fucking articulate this. Look, someone in here right now could be injured, and I would have zero fucking clue.
If they told you they were injured, would you assume they were injured, or would they have to be down on the ground for you to believe?
If someone told me they were injured, would I assume they were injured?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't really have to assume.
Would you request medical treatment for those people?
It depends. If
what?
Well, if EMS is already on the way, I'm not gonna clog up the radio with shit that's already happening, especially when there's a officer down or a hostage situation.
Okay.
So if EMS is already on the way, no, I wouldn't. Why would I?
You mentioned a high priority call.
Yep.
With Mr. Raid.
No, I said
Yes.
high priority traffic.
No, you said a high priority. There was a call from dispatch that was high
Objection
priority.
argumentative.
Yeah, sustained.
Okay. What was this high priority call?
Objection relevance.
He said that there was a high priority call and he left the person.
What that high priority call is has, with all due respect, Your Honor, nothing to do with this case, in my opinion.
He left the scene for this call.
I'm going to go ahead and overrule the objection. I want to hear the answer.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, this was a month ago, so I don't really remember, but it was either an officer down or a hostage situation. One of those two.
Thank you.
Okay. Just a quick question about that. There was, were you here for the testimony of Miss Rowan?
Was I here?
Yes.
Physically, I was here.
Okay.
I
Did
will.
you hear
Mhm.
her say that you were in the area at the time?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you hear her say that you were visible from Mr.
Objection
Rabe.
scope.
It's going along the same questioning I just did that you allowed.
We never brought up the testimony of.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Mr.
ahead and sustain the objection. That was not brought up by the DA's office.
All right.
Okay.
It was brought up in your own line of questioning earlier.
Right.
But had you